If you see the balloons behind me, I'm celebrating my birthday today. But not only am I celebrating my birthday, but NASA is celebrating some really cool things that are happening with the Perseverance rover. And I wanted to talk about that for this Cosmic Monday quick chat. Hello, everybody. How are you out there? It's Kelly, your solar system ambassador, and I'm back again for new videos in the new year of 2023. It's good to be back. Now, I'm here for another Cosmic Monday quick chat. And if you see the balloons behind me, I'm celebrating my birthday today. But not only am I celebrating my birthday, but NASA is celebrating some really cool things that are happening with the Perseverance rover. And I wanted to talk about that for this Cosmic Monday quick chat. So let's get to that right now. The Perseverance rover and the Ingenuity helicopter are celebrating their second anniversary of landing on Mars, which was back in February 18th of 2021. So can you believe it's already been 2 years? Time just seems to fly by. It's pretty incredible that we have already been there for 2 years. And the Perseverance rover has been doing some great science, and one of its core missions was to take samples that it's storing inside of the body of the rover, but also the one of the plans was to deposit the samples on the ground for an eventual return to Earth. So NASA was very successful in depositing 10 separate samples along a specifically strategically planned out path. And here are the 10 different spots on Mars that the rover has deposited the 10 samples. It's keeping some of the samples inside the carriage just for safekeeping, but these have been now deposited on the surface. And here's an actual picture of all 10 of the samples at the various locations. And eventually, we're going to be returning those 10 samples back to Earth. NASA has already been working on several plans in partnership with the European Space Agency to bring those samples back to Earth. So these are just some artist concept drawings of the multi-step process that's going to be needed to return those samples. So as you see there in the graphic, we are already at step one, which the rover had collected the samples and then deposited them on the surface. Then step two will be a lander that eventually NASA will send, and it'll land there. And they're deciding whether or not they're going to have something such as the Ingenuity helicopter, another prototype that will collect the samples, sort of like a drone, and bring it over to the lander. And if you see in the image there, the lander has a robotic arm. It would put the samples inside a capsule of the lander, which is also inside of a rocket. And then that capsule would be launched into space, into orbit, and rendezvous with an orbiter that would already be there. And then that orbiter would collect the capsule and then make its way back to Earth. The capsule would then detach from the orbiter and parachute down to the surface of the planet for us to retrieve. And they're already doing something similar to this with the OSIRIS-REx mission, which is returning some samples from the asteroid Bennu. And that should be landing in a couple years here from Bennu. So that's going to be pretty exciting. But they're in the process of developing all of these different spacecraft that will be needed for the return of those samples. And they're targeting to get those samples back roughly around 2033. Now, as the Perseverance rover is celebrating its 2 years on the planet, so is the Ingenuity helicopter. And the Ingenuity helicopter was only supposed to be a tech demo for about 30 days. They were hoping to get maybe one or two flights with the helicopter. And as a tech demo, it really was just to see if they're able to fly a spacecraft in the thin atmosphere of Mars and what that would look like remotely. But it is doing so well that instead of just staying in the one spot where they landed to do the tech demo, it's doing so well that they have now allowed Ingenuity or Ginny for short, to travel along with the Perseverance rover. And because it has been so successful with all of its test flights thus far, it's able to fly ahead, scout locations for the rover to go and possibly take a new core sample to be saved for later. It's become an integral part of the mission. And as each month goes by, NASA is just more and more excited that Ingenuity is just doing so well thus far. So much so that just the other day, on February 22nd, it already performed its 45th flight. That's pretty impressive when it was only supposed to last for 30 days 2 years ago. And I know with the cold temperatures of Mars, keeping Ingenuity warm throughout the nights or a dust storm has been of a concern to NASA. But so far, Ingenuity is just humming along and doing so well that that is just an absolute bonus for NASA. So that's all I have for you on this new Cosmic Monday quick chat for 2023. I will be back very soon with more videos. I have a lot of exciting things hopefully planned for this year, so stay tuned and I will be seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.